This is so Austin Powers, only real time. Look at the smoke coming up in
Shout
my
out to
room.
.com Records. Look at all this fucking smoke
We
in the
want to do a
camera.
shout out to .com Records right now. We do really want to do a shout out. So
Hey, .com Records, you rock, and we want to let you know here at the Time for Hip Global Broadcasting Network that the artist that you bring to us is fantastic for our audience to discover. Please make it a point to go to .com Records and get all the records that you can find at .com Records.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out. Shout out.
Shout out to .com Records. Here's a story that I was thinking, like when we were on the break, we were talking about a lot of different things, and I definitely, I guess we should take our videos off now because we can talk. It does better on Skype that way. So one of the things that that I wanted to bring up, and now it's going to probably seem really hokey, but the story that struck my head was like, I don't know if you guys remember the comedian Sam Kinison. Does anybody remember Sam Kinison? Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, he had that voice that'll screech into your brain, comedy and laughter for a decade.
Yes, yeah. Well, I had a roommate that was like, when he was 17 years old, he was kind of like in Sam Kinison's posse. And then I also like I was lucky. I one of his bodyguard, Rick, was the most wonderful guy. And so here's a story about them when they were with like Billy Idol, because they see Casper played a joke on me earlier on the break, saying that you're pretending like he was somebody else, and saying that he was at the clinic.
It was the
and
free clinic and she checked out okay.
I checked out okay. And it made me think about this story about when like Billy Idol didn't check out okay, and basically they were all, they did a lot of drugs then, and I'm pretty sure they did drugs that weren't necessarily about pot because it was the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So
what
so
didn't they do?
Right, what they didn't do, so they were partying really hard, and like the clinic calls up, and like one of the guys answered it, and they go yeah, he had syphilis, the clap. I don't know what that means. Like it'd be syphilis. Chlamydia. No, I don't think it's chlamydia. It's like
it's
what
chlamydia.
That's what the clap is.
Is it? Okay, so he had the clap, and
He was clapping.
Anyway,
everywhere.
so they were merciless on it, and I guess they told Sam Kinison, and then Sam Kinison went on stage and screamed out and let him know from the stage that that Billy Idol, he just goes, Billy Idol has a clap, and then like it's just like blurted out, and anyway, so and then they told the story in Howard Stern, and now I'm telling it again on Holy Hemptress Hour because my
touching moments like that leave me all teared up every time I think about the legacy of Sam Kinison.
Seriously.
Yeah, he was really amazing. Do you know that I got to actually go to one of his birthday parties it was a recording studio in Burbank, and I was hanging around the Comedy Store at that time, like waiting, like when you wanted to go on open mic night, you'd go there on a Sunday, and you would have hopefully you'd draw the right number out of a hat, or there was all these like list games, and if you got to do it, you would get to go on stage on the original room. So I was kind of doing stuff like that, hanging around in the Comedy Store, and I became friends with some people that worked there, and one of them became my roommate, and then I just got invited to that party, and so I actually got to sing with Billy Idol a little bit in a very odd way. I had a moment with Billy Idol. It was very strange, not strange, but.
Did you give a rebel yell and cry more?
And it was a rebel yell. I mean, like they a lot of comics. Here's the thing. I think comedians and musicians kind of like, some comics have musical abilities, and some some musicians have comedic abilities, and I think we have like mutual respect for one another too. There's like because like with comedy, there's a certain beat or a rhythm that you have to hit, and so it's kind of like verbally lyrical. In a way, and so anyways, I was hanging out. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and somebody goes, "Can you sing?" And I go, "Yeah, I can sing." And they go, "Do you want to do some backup vocals?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I went behind to like one of the microphones, and for some reason, like Billy Idol just pulled me out in front of him and goes, "Go ahead and sing the song." And I'm like, "No, I don't know the words. No." I was like completely freaked out because I didn't know the words, and And so then like he just started singing, and then we were just all kind of hanging around and making these like rebel yowls. And anyway, so that's my Billy Idol moment. Yeah. But getting off of Billy Idol, I do have Sasquatch.
Oh, you were already on top of it?
Dude, no. Billy Idol is a G.